Hello YouTubers, my name is Attila Mate from Blue Sky Photography, and today I would like to talk to you about a comparison between DXO Optics Pro and Lightroom. Now, why I do this video? I do because I would like to show you one of the reasons why I like to use DXO Optics Pro for my portrait work. Now, I have to tell you that this is important for me because I work in portrait photography and wedding photography, which is obviously I have on my photos a lot of people, so it's about people's faces, and it is very important for me how to edit, and how to correct a lot of things when it comes to portraits. Now, if you are a landscape photographer or wildlife photographer, it might not be as important, for you as much important it is for me. But in the same time, I will explain to you why it would be important for you as well. So let's take a photo, and I would like to show you in this video only one of the things, why I do like to use the DXO Optics Pro instead of Lightroom. Now, first of all, I will open up Lightroom over here, and we see that I have a photo over here, and this photo was done with the Panasonic FZ2000, so it's nothing special. It's just a normal photo, and I want to show you over here what I would do with this photo to look a little bit more pleasing to your eye. Now, as you can see over here, the face of the lady has a lot of imperfections, and these imperfections might disturb her, if she wants to have a nice portrait. So in many cases, some of the cases they are not disturbed by, and then they say it's okay. Some of the cases they say, oh, you have to correct that, you have to correct that. Now here comes that part when I have to do something to correct that, and how you can do that. The only possibility to correct these imperfections on the face, it is if you have access to micro contrast. Now, with my micro contrast, I will show you how easy it is to correct this. And if you don't have access to micro contrast, it would be a little bit of issue. But we are in Lightroom, and in Lightroom you don't have you don't have access to micro contrast. So I will show you what is the closest way you can do without having access to micro contrast. Now, you have to find over here in Lightroom where it talks about details, and especially, one second. So you have to find in Lightroom where it talks about clarity. Now, if you pull the clarity down, that will have kind of the same effect when you adjust micro contrast. Now, it will not be the same, but it will be kind of the same. So just look at the face over here, and look when I pull down the clarity, what is happening. You see that the imperfections in the face, it's kind of disappearing, you see? If I pull up clarity, they come back. If I pull down clarity, you see the imperfections in the face, they will kind of disappear. Now, obviously, if you pull down the clarity, you have to adjust, some different things over here to back up, because in this situation, the face looks not natural, so that's why you have to adjust a little bit over here, I would pull down the vibrance a little bit, just a little bit, and then give a little bit of saturation, and then the lights, the highlights, I pull down a little bit, just a little bit. And there we go. So this is what you can do just in a few minutes. Obviously, if you exercise, and you can do a little bit better, than that. But just quickly, as I wanted to show you, this is what I can do in a few minutes. Now, I will get now to DXO Optics Pro, and I will show you in DXO Optics Pro how I do and how quick it is. Now we leave this photo over here so we can compare afterwards. So I open up the DXO Optics Pro, and we have over here the same photo. As you can see over here, the number of the photo is 30261. And if I get to the DXO Optics Pro 30261, it is exactly the same photo. Now, what I want to do over here, and yeah, I have to mention over here something, that this is something what I don't really like in the DXO Optics Pro, and that would be that when it opens the photo, it will open up a little bit more saturated and contrasted. You can see over here that the photo is not so contrasted. Okay, now I adjusted over here a few things, but still, when you open up with the DXO Optics Pro, the same photo will be a little bit more contrasted and saturated. Now that's, you can adjust that, but in some situations you don't want to do that, you know, and you don't want to have that, and you still have it. It applies on every photo. I don't know why it does. I really don't understand, but this is something I can live with, so it's not a big issue. Now let's get in over here and let's adjust in a few minutes just this photo, so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so we get over here, we adjust a little bit the smart lighting, and then I get to the contrast, and here is the part where you can access micro contrast and fine contrast on this side. Now just look at the face when I pull off micro contrast. You see that the difference is that when I pull off micro contrast over here, it does not affect the colors, it does not affect anything, just the micro contrast. And that is very, very good. Now, if you look at this, I pull down a little bit the fine contrast as well, just a little bit, and you can see that the photo looks much, much appealing to your eye. Now, if we compare the photo done with Lightroom, this is the one, you can see that the face is kind of not natural, you know. It's kind of, I don't know, it's like it has a ton of face mask or whatever you can call it. I don't know, the makeup, you know, how they call the ladies, how they make up themselves, you know. It looks like this lady has a ton of makeup. But on this side, in the DXO Optics Pro, the face is much more natural, and you see the imperfections of the face are almost completely gone. Now you can obviously you can play over here, and you can pull down how much you want or pull up how much you want, you know, that's not an issue. But, and also you can correct, you know, if I come in here, I can correct these dots, you know, very easily. But this one you can do in Lightroom as well, you know, that's not a problem. But you see, just 2 clicks and it's gone. That's it. So this is how easy it is, and this is the difference between Lightroom and the DXO Optics Pro. For portraits, it is very important to have access to micro contrast, because if you don't have access to micro contrast, you get in difficulty like you see over here in Lightroom, and obviously you wouldn't like that, you know. But anyway, I have to admit that this is very, very good in the DXO Optics Pro. Some of the things are not as good as in Lightroom. That's why I use sometimes Lightroom, sometimes the DXO Optics Pro. But most of the time I will use the DXO Optics Pro because of this in my portraits. I'm talking about portraits. So in the same situation, when you are in a landscape shot, let's say, you know, let's get this shot, you know, let's say, okay, we get this shot. This was a very, very nice garden over here in Ireland, and I will show you, if you are a landscape photographer, why it would be important to get the access to micro contrast. Because if I open up a few things over here like smart lighting and clear view, the example, okay, you see the photo has changed immediately. Now I get to micro contrast and I just push up. You see, I pull down the micro contrast now, and I pull up now. You see the difference between the photo? I will just switch off and on so you can see. Switch off, switch on. Now look at the tree here, or because there you can see the difference. You know, if you look at the tree over here, just I switch off and switch on. You can see that it gives to the photo an extra pop. You know, it looks very, very good, and it's just, you see, it's just a click of a button. That's why I like to use the DXO Optics Pro. You can do that in Lightroom as well. If we come over here to this photo, Just a second, I think it was this one. No, not that one. This one. Yeah, this is the one. So I can come over here. I can pump up the clarity a little bit. But even if I pump up the clarity, you see the photo will be very different. It's I would say ugly. The colors are, the whites are affected, the colors are affected, you know. It's not the same if you pump up the clarity than if you pump up the micro contrast. You see here I pump up the micro contrast and the colors are still the same. The whites are not affected at all. Only the micro contrast. That's why it is very, very important to be able to access micro contrast. Now, I hope that this video was helpful to you guys. I hope that you liked it. If you have any question or if you want to know anything about this, you can leave a comment down below and I will try to answer best of my knowledge and as soon as possible. And other than that, I wish you a very, very nice day and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.